That's right, boys, cream is still here and it is finally going up on eBay for auction. In fact, when this video goes up, it's probably already up for auction. I don't know, it might have even been sold already. I have no idea, but luckily I get to spend a little bit more time with it today. If you haven't seen the video, you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll throw one of those cards right up there. But definitely, yeah, if this car is still available, original SSP from auction, you should definitely check it out. But anyway, I'm doing a lot of other work here today, so let's get inside and talk about it. Hello and welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt, and as you saw in the little intro there, cream is in the building. That's right, that's what they call this car, cream. Like I said, I don't really know if it's already been sold or not, but if you want to check that out, I will have a link down below. Anyway, what we're doing today, we're continuing work on the SSP Mustang, my SSP Mustang, not this one. In case you missed the last upload, I did actually get the lower intake manifold on, as well as the valve covers. And prior to that, I also got the oil pan timing cover, so assembling the engine basically. Today, what the goal is a few things. For a while, I had some accessories that I had sandblasted in a previous video, but I hadn't painted them, and I wasn't going to. I had not planned to paint those things, but you guys in the comments kept mentioning it, and the more I thought about it, you know, that is what I should do. I should make it look a little bit nicer. So I did paint those today already. I'll throw in that footage here. So I'm pretty happy with how they came out. I'll show those to you guys in a little bit when we get ready to put them on the motor, but we got to do other things. We're still missing headers, so obviously I got to take this off. All right, motor is uncovered now, but yeah, so I cleaned these out last time, so I'm ready to bolt the headers on. I do need to put the fuel rail on, and honestly, the fuel rail I had, it was kind of dirty and kind of messed up, so I am using a used part fuel rail that Matt had here. This one is in much better shape, not as much rust, although it is dirty right now, and you can see some of that dirt here. So what I'm planning to do is polish that today, clean that up, hopefully get the injectors put on it. I've got brand new injectors. Yep, these are my 24-pound injectors I'm putting on. So in case you missed that video too, I did cover exactly what heads cam intake I'm putting on this car. So you can check that out. I've got a whole playlist of all these videos. I'll put that down in the description below. But the first thing I gotta do is really start cleaning this guy up, cleaning these new rails up. Oh, before I do that though, let me show you guys how the paint came out on the accessory brackets. I actually think it came out pretty good. So let me show you what that looks like. All right, there we go, guys. So yeah, I got my brackets done now. I mean, I'm pretty happy with this. It's not 100%, but compared to how they did look, it's a lot better. In fact, if I can, I'm gonna go ahead and try to show you guys right here how it did look. I'm using a new video editing software, and so it's a lot easier now to do picture-in-picture. So yeah, that's what they did look like. This is what they look like right now. And I don't know why I did two of these. I didn't really need to, but I only needed one. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So let me go ahead and get on the fuel injectors rails, and let's just see how much we can get bolted to the engine today. I mean, this is what it looks like right now. Will we get any closer by the end of the day? I don't know, I hope so. So let's get on it. Well guys, plan B. So as I was cleaning this one out, I noticed this here, it looks like actually a puncture, if you guys can tell. So, you know what we gotta do with this one? Into the trash. But there's a lot of other parts here, so I think I found another possible one. This is the one I'm gonna try to do next. So, see how that comes out. All right, try number 2. This time, problem was right here. See how it's bent, guys? Add it to the bin. Boom. Always good to check out used parts. I guess that's the first message of the day. Always check your used parts. And just like that, we've got another candidate. Let's see this time. I've got, of course, removed the injectors and the fuel pressure regulator. I'm getting good at removing those fuel pressure regulators, as you can see right there. And then we'll see how this one cleans up. Let's try this one. All right, guys, I'm worn out. That was about a half an hour for me, and you can see now all the injectors are out, the extra fuel rails are out, the fuel pressure regulator's out. I took 3 of those out. We have a new air motive to put back in. This one had 6 injectors. I just showed you guys the one that I pulled out, and I sped that up, and man, I'm whining now, aren't I? I'm just being whiny, but that's how it is, you know. These fuel rails I'm not reusing. This one here, pretty rusty. As you can see there, pretty pitted. I don't know if that shows up there on camera, maybe a little bit. But I have some other fuel rails. So now I have to clean, but honestly, I'm tired. I haven't really done anything, but I'm tired. So instead, I am going to go with the good old Coke and some Doritos while I'm still on my weight loss, because you know, those are so healthy, right? You know, so if you saw in the previous video, I had a hot dog, well, a hot dog bun. Actually, I did have the whole hot dog. But anyway, I'm gonna do that and then get back right on cleaning these, and hopefully we can get some little progress here. All right, I feel a lot better now, even though I'm not sponsored by Coke, it still tastes good, and I'm ready to bust some. So let's see if I can do that today. What I didn't show you guys was that actually I did take an air gun and blow out the water. You saw water there on the injector rail, so I did do that. And I also used the polishing machine, which you should have seen. So that was the first time I was using that. Matt was kind of showing me how to do it. I've got a long way to go there, but check out how this turned out. You guys remember what it looked like before? And this looks so much better than my old one. Actually, I've still got my old one right here. There we go, look at the difference here. Here's the old one. Obviously the fuel pressure regulator is still there, but I mean, you guys can see what it looks like. And then the new one here for comparison. Oh, I turned it the wrong way. I had it the right way the first time. Yeah, new one here for comparison. Still got some of the polishing compound I got to clean off there, but it is so much better. I think that looks better. What do you guys think? Now we're ready to put our fuel rail on. Of course, I got to put the injectors, I got to put the fuel pressure regulator. But before I do that, coolant rail. So let me show you guys what happened with the old coolant rail. It's still here, stuck in the lower intake. I had a lot of trouble getting it out, did not want to come out. Very tough to get out, and so went ahead and just got a new one here. They actually sell them here at Fox Mustang Restoration. This is a part you can get. I think this is a reproduction of Dan Carpenter's probably. Yeah, looks like it. And so I'm gonna go with one of these, put that on first, and then I should be able to put the fuel rail on top of that with the injectors on. So let's see how that comes out. Now, I'm not gonna get too detailed on this because I have another video covering a lot of that stuff, but anything important I'll point out, like I am gonna put some Teflon on the end of this nut here. So, or bolt, whatever you call it, of the coolant rail. So let me get on that. All right, coolant rails on, not any too big of a deal. That was a 1 1/16 in case you guys didn't notice. And I did use the Teflon tape, which I was using a really crappy Teflon, so it was a bit of a pain in the butt, but did get it on there. Yeah, but. Next is, look, I've got a new fuel pressure regulator to put on. I took these 3 off today. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, but they're all stock, I believe. And for this build, since we're going a little bit more high horsepower with these trick flow heads and cam and intake, we're going with the Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator. So that should be fun. I do need to put some dielectric grease here on the O-ring. You can see it's got a little O-ring right there. Then I can go ahead and bolt it on to my cleaned up fuel rail. The other thing I need to do, knock a bolt around here. Almost dropped that too. I've got new fuel injectors like I pointed out earlier. I've got to put dielectric grease here as well. So that's what I'm looking for right now, the dielectric grease. I got to find it. So Next thing though is you'll see me going ahead and bolting on the fuel pressure regulator and putting the injectors in, and then I can drop the fuel rail on, bolt it down. Yeah, this is starting to become an engine, guys. We're getting much closer. All right, guys, like I mentioned, I'm about to install the fuel pressure regulator, but before I do that, I did get some dielectric grease. This makes install and uninstall a lot easier. This is like a lubricant you can use that doesn't really dry out very quickly. You know, if I have to remove these injectors a couple years from now, they're gonna come out way easier. Why is that important for me? Well, I just pulled out all those injectors from that other fuel rail, and a few others actually, 3 fuel rails today, right? And those were a pain in the butt. Like I said, it took over 30 minutes to get those out. So with dielectric grease, that'll make that a lot easier. And that's what we're all about trying to do on here, make things a little easier. So if you aren't already using this, definitely give it a try at home as well. So far, guys, this has been a pretty short video for you. I know for me, actually, I'm here on like hour 6 or 7 now. And so we have now reached the point where the earliest ever in Gearhead 704 that I'm partaking for you guys in this. But for me, I need this. So getting work done. As you saw, I just finished up cleaning the fuel injectors. Actually, no, I wasn't cleaning. Sorry, I've been doing so much cleaning. I ended up putting the fuel injectors on the fuel rail and as well as the fuel pressure regulator. So that is what is going on next, right after I have another drink of my tasty beverage. Okay guys, stopped in the middle of the fuel rail install. The reason why is this one is crunchy. Now this is a brand new lower intake from TrickFlow, and what do I mean by crunchy? I could not get this bolt to go in by hand. And if you saw my previous video about tapping the threads and why that's so important, then you already know that you should not force these bolts in. You could possibly ruin the threads. So I'm actually gonna tap this hole now as well. I'm not gonna show it on video again. If you wanna see that, you can watch the other video. I will try to throw one of those cards right there if you want to check that out and you haven't seen it. But let me go ahead and do that, and then I can finish the fuel rail install. All right guys, did have to tap that thread like we thought, and actually we were creating new threads is what we were really doing. But another thing we noticed here too, and I see because I got Matt here with me, so he's on the channel today, and Matt actually pointed this out. It's really tight right there, Matt.
Yeah, they cut, TrickFlow cut a provision in there. That's what these, you can see that machined arch right there.
Yeah.
That's obviously for the fuel rail. They went a little low with it though, because your rubber hose is actually touching that intake. So I don't like that, because as you drive in and the engine vibrates a little bit, that will slowly rub through that rubber
hose. And the one we
It'll
found earlier today had a little cut in it.
Right.
So it could end up like that. Okay.
So hopefully if it doesn't break, I'm just gonna try bending this tube here a little bit.
Hope it doesn't break, because I really cleaned this one today. It's moved away a little bit, but it keeps coming back.
Yeah, I just gotta.
That's further.
And there we go. And I just want to see daylight between the two pieces, and from this angle right here, it's no longer touching.
Okay.
That's all that's all I want to do, is just make sure it's not touching.
All right. And it did snug down well, so
yeah,
I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, your injector rail's installed with new injectors.
Let's
I
see
don't know why you didn't use that one.
I mean, well, you know, that looks almost as good, right? It is time for the headers, guys. So got brand new headers for this, BBK shorties. There you go. That's what that's going to look like. That's going to look really, really good. I did have some other headers, but I wasn't really crazy about the fitment, and they didn't look too good. So I think these will work fine. Should clear the K member. I mean, I guess we'll find out, but I think it will. And yeah, I'm gonna go and get those on. Oh, gaskets wise, these do come with gaskets, but I keep hearing they're crap. So Matt hooked me up with a set of gaskets as well that I bought from him. So I'm gonna put those gaskets on, and yeah, let's go ahead and get the headers on and see what this really looks like. Just to point out a little bit further here, so this is the Ford Racing gasket I'm actually going to use for the headers. It's a metal crushed gasket, and this is the cheap one BBK sent. So Not gonna use that. Also, BBK sent a bunch of bolts. The only one I'm gonna use are these black ones here. The rest of them, I'm using the old bolts that came off. The reason why is they have sort of a, if you guys can see that around the edge, they bite in, the bolts bite in, and probably less leaks this way. So yeah, they call these anti-vibration bolts. So it does that biting action and not loosen up as you know, you get more vibrations, as you get heat in there, get some vibrations and stuff. So they do work a lot better. I am reusing these bolts. There we go, all done. The shorty headers are finally on. I'm pretty excited. I've been wanting to put those on for like 3 weeks now. So yeah, they're on and they look good. And of course we got our new, not even new, our used injector rail. And Cream's still here. I don't know if Cream will be here next time, who knows? Again, it's going up for auction, so we'll see. That's pretty exciting to follow. Actually, if this video goes up before the auction ends, I'm going to live stream during the end of the auction just to see what it goes for, because I'm curious. And obviously, it's a pretty cool car. So definitely check that out. I'll have a link to the auction down below in the description if you want to follow the auction along as well. But for today, we are pretty much done. I'm going to wrap this up with the headers and the injector rail. Next time, we are going to look at putting on these accessories. And I think they did turn out really well. I'm glad I painted them. I'm glad you guys suggested I should paint them. That turned out really well. And next time, hopefully get all those on there. Still got to get the harmonic balancer. Still got stuff to do. I was talking with Matt about this today, though. We are going to try to do as much as we can outside the car so that when we drop the motor in, literally, it should just be connect a few things and fire it up and good to go. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? But if you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. If you're stopping in for the first time, you want to follow this build of this SSP, not that SSP, it's being sold, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Gearhead 704.